Football Club Mobile offers many center backs for your team, and I know you want only the best. I have created for you the best tier list of the worst and best center backs in Football Club Mobile. Like this video, and what's the last digit that appears when you do? Will your next pack have the next defender subscribe if you want it to happen? Remember, we've already created a tier list of the best and worst goalkeepers in Football Club Mobile. You'll see it up here in case you want to watch the video, and you already know I recommend you watch the video until the end. And here guys, we're looking at the tier list of the worst and best defenders in Football Club Mobile. And let's see, the usual 5 categories: low level, average, good, some of them with a slight broken effect, and current meta, where basically the best in the game are. Today, let's start first of all with the low level category, guys. But it should be clarified that this tier list is based solely on my personal opinion, and I don't have the absolute truth. Let's begin with Nacho Fernandez, GRL 109 Ragnarok event. Let's see, this card doesn't have as much pace anymore due to age. The height isn't the best either. And this is key, since being a pretty old card, it doesn't have what would be diamond skill boosts. So this Nacho Fernandez is pretty much ruled out nowadays. Next is Kluivert, who, look, this card is, if I'm not mistaken, a metamorph card. Really? I don't know if that's really his position, you know what I mean? Because the defense and physical stats are very low. Next, we have Harry Maguire, another card which is a similar case to Nacho Fernandez Al Gold. Maguire doesn't get the diamond boost in skill, and besides, he ends up having very low pace, guys. So yeah, this is the low level. Now we're going to move on to the regular category, where although they're not bad, they're not good cards either, they're just regular. Parezia GRL 111. It might be very questionable, honestly, to put him here. But he's a center back that personally I've never liked. His height isn't very good and his pace is lacking. And let's not even talk about his physicality. I think that's his biggest problem. It's a Ragnarok element card that you can get through exchanges, and besides, it doesn't have any skill boosters. So we're gonna put it in regular. Next, Gravenberg. Look, this one is a metamorph. 100% confirmed that his natural position is central midfielder. They've turned him into a center back, so in defensive aspects, he leaves a lot to be desired. We have Cordoba. Pay attention. Look at this version of Cordoba. At 110 overall, it's the humble version, so we're going to put him in regular. You know, height is a bit of a problem for Cordoba. It's not a bad card, but look, he has a much more boosted version. We'll see later. We have Bardiol. It's just a position change with him. Let's see if in the end we see the one from category A. Let's see if in the category. Let's see if at the end of the category, the final category, the category. Let's go to the end of the category at the end of the category. Let's go to the end of the final category to see if it's the end. Let's check the end of the category for skill boosters in diamond and see if it's the same. I'm only putting it up here because it's a little better today than Harry Maguire. Next, 2 more filler cards, but now from the captain's event, like Huddle. And also, like Chehi, just to clarify, they're not bad cards either. Tots event players include Fernando Hierro. I had this center back on my team for a while. Now, with a 109 overall and 115 overall cards available, they're clearly falling behind. And then Bastoni, I really like Bastoni, but look, he has a better version, which we'll also see later on. That Q-Tots version we put here in the regular category. And watch out guys, now we're moving on to the good category. Some of these cards have 1 or 2 flaws, we'll talk about that. Peter Crouch, Metamorph Hero, I like it. Statistically speaking, defensively, it's not a big deal. But obviously his aerial game and height make him a standout card. So yeah, I buy it. I like Peter Crouch. He's not meta, he's not overpowered, but this one fits him like a glove. Virgil van Dijk was a free card available during Football Club Mobile's 2nd anniversary event. I'm not gonna say much. Honestly, he has better versions, but this card is more than acceptable. We have this center back from Napoli. Honestly, he's very well-rounded. I mean, really well-rounded. Maybe he's lacking a bit of physicality, but it doesn't matter. He's very complete. Then there's Zabani, also way too overpowered for just 110 KRL. Maybe he's a bit lacking in pace, but that's okay. Kuzanov is one of the most well-rounded. If he had a bit more height, he'd be absolutely broken. Anton is underrated for being a so-called filler card. He's way too overpowered. We have this other guy, the Croatian, who honestly looks pretty weak. Honestly, it's very important. 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 It's important. It's very important. It's very important. It's very important. Very important, it's very important, it's very important, it's very important, it's very important. Definitely go ahead. Afterwards. Beckenbauer, the 110 overall version, guys. I don't know why they didn't give him a 111 overall card. Honestly, if the maximum overall back then was 111, but well, there's Beckenbauer. Hooks in here, pay attention to this, guys. His physicality and defensive stats aren't that great, to be honest. He has good pace and a good height of 1.97 meters, and that makes him a good center back. But statistically speaking, let me tell you that Huxon is one of the weakest I've seen. So this category suits him pretty well. Just like his version of this one, which is exclusive to PAX, this one did come out for the global versions. Football Club Mobile isn't regional. More on that later. Johan Vasquez, which only people from Mexico can get. Honestly, watch out. Because statistically speaking, Johan Vasquez is better than Huxon in both of his versions. We have Codewell, which honestly is a pretty average card, just like the Winter, who at one point was one of the most overpowered, one of the best deals, so to speak, that you could get with fragments. Then there's Bourne, who was also one of the best back in the day. He had great height. Well, actually, he still has great height. But nowadays, he falls short when it comes to pace. Skriniar, who has already been nerfed. This center back from Italy, the one who's just kind of there as a filler. Then Eric Garcia is skilled at playing from the back, but statistically, he falls a bit short. Besides, he's lacking pace. Fernando Hierro, who is actually pretty good. Cannavaro, in my opinion, has aged quite well. It's just that because of his height, we put him here. Vidic, a little clumsy, but this version of Vidic was the most complete and I think the best I've seen from him. So, is that why he's in this category? And we finish with Virgil van Dijk from the Utahs. Already kind of a dinosaur. I'm 100% sure that if I make those tier lists again in a few months, he won't even be in good. He'll be much lower. Or is he not coming because of KRL issues? We're entering the category of totally broken. And look, there's no need to waste time. There are some very interesting cards here. Cordoba with 112 KRL. Very annoying in face-to-face situations. In head-to-head attacks, the problem is, the height. But he's very well-rounded. Javier Mascherano is also one of the most annoying you can find in face-to-face situations and head-to-head attacks. But, again, the issue is height. That's it. He's too strong. Is he really a monster? Good physique, good height, good pace. What I don't like is his ball distribution, guys. And also, he's a bit clumsy in one-on-one situations. But I mean, do you need hands to be able to control this monster properly? We have Bastoni, guys, a very underrated center back in this regard. Very complete, good at playing out from the back. Maybe he's missing a bit of physical body type to say that he's in the current game meta. Rafa Marquez, I'm going to get a lot of backlash. I'm going to get a lot of criticism, guys. Look, I have to tell you something. I'm a champion. Football Club 60 stars as of today. This month I've ranked a lot and faced many global top players, and none of them use Rafael Marquez. Be careful, it's an extremely overpowered card. But I wouldn't say it's part of the current meta either. I've had him on my team actually, and he has flaws. You get me? So yeah, it's a beast. You need skill for Marquez to excel and must defend. But guys, really good. It's just that for me, as of today, it's no longer the current meta, guys. Ferdinand is as complete as Senior Company. These two are honestly underrated. I don't think either was truly appreciated. Ruben Diaz isn't widely owned, but based on renders, he's extremely overpowered. Same with Konate, who really needs a new card soon. Guys, this is really weird. The only card in this entire tier list. Totally beaten by the current meta. They lack any skill boosters. Ricardo Carvalho is very good, but his height keeps him from ranking higher. But honestly, Harry Maguire performs really well. He's the real greatest of all time. Very well-rounded, guys. Van Dijk Ballon d'Or is accessible to everyone and performs very well all around. Statistically speaking, Is there a better card than this one? And that's it, guys. Top class. Defeated. Time to check the current meta category where you'll find the game's best defenders. That's right, I've made peace with Cannavaro. I've stopped criticizing his height because I've faced him quite a few times this season, and guys, yes, his height is a problem. I'm going to keep saying it, but Hugh makes up for it with excellent positioning and also with a good jump, guys. For me, Reichenbauer is the current starter and does an excellent job. He excels in both roles, including as a pivot or alongside others. I like him more as a pivot than as a center back. Giorgio Chiellini is on my team, a beast. Very complete, guys. Good leap, good aerial game. Doesn't Nesta have any flaws? He's one of the most free-to-play players you can find in the game today. And with KRL, Maximum Stam, who for me is the best center back in all of Football Club Mobile by far. For me, he's number 1 Lucio, who is very fast and presses really well. He competes with Mbappe, Vini Jr. and Rafinha, Ballon d'Or. The fastest cards you can face in head-to-head, Barzali, let's see. He's also widely used by free-to-play accounts. Honestly, I really like him. He's great. I also like Carlos Puyol from the Body Time. Similar to Cannavaro but 2 cm taller, I like Ferdinand. In both versions, honestly, they're the same. Let me explain, there's no difference except just the render. Both are equally good. King is complete, underrated, and rarely used. That's it. Saliba, he's incredible, guys. Seriously, I mean, whoever has Saliba, it's literally impossible to get past him. Van de Ven is by far the fastest center back in all of Football Club Mobile. Militao is very well-rounded and fast. Pacho is also very well-rounded, guys. In head-to-head, he automatically turns into a beast. Rudiger, the crazy one, also really pro and really annoying. Bremer, who's extremely well-rounded. Maldini, I really need them to release a new special card for him because he always gets good cards. And finally, Virgil van Dijk, GRL 111. It's tough that with the GRL 115 cards out, this great centre-back is now falling behind. But at least in this tier list, he has reached the highest level, getting to the current meta of the game. Finally, guys, this is how the top 3 categories of this tier list turned out. I'd like you to let me know in the comments if you would change anything because I will be reading them.